Hey guys, Dan here.
And Frank, Godzilla Island.
And we are the Mazer Squad with episode 20. Bit of a different episode. We're not going to be covering a movie or anything today. We're just doing a bunch of news. And we're going to be reviewing some comic books and Ultraman Blazar episodes 5 and 6.
5 and 6, yeah.
Yeah, 5 and 6.
Yeah, we're a little behind on the Blazar reviews, but you guys seem to be liking them, so we're going to keep doing them.
Yeah.
I mean, we can only do so many shows. Our schedule's been a little packed, so it's been good times. Lots of shows have been out. We had Gamma Rebirth came out. Just lots of things going on right now. But we had some awesome news just for that. Just bam, bam, gunshots like right after another. We had the Godzilla -1 trailer dropped, and 4 days later we had the Monarch Legacy of Monsters trailer finally drop. And let's talk about -1 first. You have some pretty cool theories about it. That the -1. I mean, they say the -1 is supposed to be how Japan was. When after World War II, they were just like at zero. They had no military force anymore. The country was devastated by the bombs, and they're just like at an all-time low. And then Godzilla shows up, bringing it to -1. But you made a pretty cool observation in the trailer about your -1 theory about why they call it -1.
So when you're watching the trailer, they make it seem as though they were on a boat in the ocean and they did something in the water. I think they want you to think like, oh, maybe like they like attacked Godzilla or something. But then later on, there's a line in the trailer where it's like they say he's never gonna forgive us for what we did. And to me, that made me think like, what if there was like another Godzilla or like an infant Godzilla or something, and they were doing experiments on it, or they accidentally killed it in a bomb test, or something along those lines, and that's why Godzilla's rampaging through Japan.
Yeah. There was 2 Godzilla, now there's -1.
Yes. And
so I thought that theory was actually really cool, because there's been rumors and alleged leaks that there is going to be 2 Godzillas in this movie. I was taking him with an extremely large grain of salt, because I was like, I don't know about that. One of them was describing the Godzilla we see in the trailer rampaging, and then they were describing a second one where they said it had whale-like skin and fish-like tails and not so spiky dorsal fins where they were more fleshy. And that one was supposed to be the good one that's trying to lead the rampaging one back to sea and just try to bring it back to its habitat. But I was like, I don't know about that. But I kind of like your theory more about how there could have been 2, and then one of them got killed, and now the main guy is just rampaging as revenge.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a bit fan theory-ish.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
But like,
everything right now is fan theory.
I don't know. It's just stuff that I took away from just the trailer. Like, yeah. It's not like I like have like inside knowledge or anything. We're like mid Ahsoka, which is just like crazy fan theory one after another. That's terrible. So it could just be a terrible fan theory for all I know.
Yeah,
but.
I mean, I thought that one made me really go, that's a pretty cool fan theory, though.
Yeah. But like, there's a guy at work that like I talk to sometimes about like kaiju stuff, and he even like, but he doesn't like do like super deep. He's just like a basic entry level fan. It's like he's like researching or anything like that. And even he was on like, he's like, oh, I think that there's 2 Godzillas in this movie. He's like, I watched the trailer. I think there might be 2.
That's been the rumor. I mean, we see a bomb go off. We've seen some pretty awesome arts come out the last couple of weeks. That front shot with him doing the radioactive blast is insane. I mean, they are releasing some awesome advertising art for this movie. Supposedly, the movie's going to run 2 hours and 5 minutes, which I think I don't know.
That's a pretty decent length Godzilla movie
for a Toho released movie. Yeah, I don't know.
How long was Final Wars. Let me look that up right now because I know that was the longest one.
Yeah, I feel like this sounds like a pretty long Godzilla movie. I do not remember any of the Japanese ones running this long.
Final Wars was 2 hours 5 minutes. I know for a fact that was the longest running.
Oh, so this is tying Final Wars.
Yeah, it's tying Final Wars.
Maybe it might like steal a couple of seconds to beat it out or something like that.
Yeah, but
it's gonna be down to the second on this one then.
Yeah, but they're not gonna have Don Freer back with his awesome Tom Selleck mustache.
And that was epic.
Yeah.
But in other news, since we're talking about Final Wars, I mean, they've been using the Final Wars. Well, they used the Final Wars Godzilla design for the Godzillaverse Hedorah shot that they redid, that they did for short that they did for the 50th anniversary. They also did they use that Godzilla for the Gigan video too?
Yes.
They used that for the Gigan, and we know they're working on the Jet Jaguar Megalon one. Now, I've seen the productions of the Jet Jaguar suit. And for Godzilla Day here in the States, we are getting the Godzilla 2000 release for the movie theaters, a Fathom event. And supposedly there's going to be a Godzilla vs. Hedorah Fathom event later on as well. No date on that yet, but we know we'll be seeing that Godzilla again fighting with Jet Jaguar and Megalon. I haven't seen much on the production of that. And I'm assuming we're going to see that short on Godzilla Day before Godzilla 2000 plays in the theaters.
You would assume, because that's what they did with the Hedorah one. And
yeah. But the thing is, the Hedorah one had been out the year prior. That was on YouTube the year before.
Oh, yeah. But yeah,
and
we got to see it behind the scenes.
Actually, the Gigan one was what was on YouTube for the Godzilla Day 24-hour stream. So I don't know if it's going to be something that's played on YouTube and we're going to see the Gigan video in theaters, but I believe they played Gigan with the Tokyo SOS. We didn't get to go see the Tokyo SOS when I was on a plane. I think you had work, so
yeah,
we missed out on that one, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm happy to see the Fathom Events is coming back doing Godzilla 2000. That was the only Toho movie that we saw, Japanese Godzilla movie we saw in theaters, and
yeah,
that was years ago.
Yeah, it was for my birthday.
Yeah, it was for your birthday.
I think I was like 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah, we saw it at the Broadway Mall.
Yeah, we should go. Oh, too bad. I was gonna say we should go there to go watch this one.
I don't know. Do they do Fathom Events there? Probably not.
I don't know. It's like an off-brand.
Yeah, it's like they're
movie chain.
They're like their standalone.
They're like an indie movie chain.
Yeah. Who knows? We could look. I mean, I'm checking out regular theater that we go to, but no tickets available yet. But I have seen people have been getting their tickets for Godzilla 2000 already. So I don't know if I got to take a look at Fathom event site, I guess themselves. But a lot of the pictures I've seen, people are actually going to their theater and getting a physical ticket.
I don't even know if our theater does tickets. The one that we go to.
No, the one that we go to, it's all QR codes now.
Yeah.
I've pictured they leave a little album on your phone now if you keep using the app of your tickets.
I don't understand how, like, because when we go there, like, you just go into the theater and I usually go to the concession stand and I just walk in.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, he was ahead of me. But you were like 10 minutes ahead of me.
Yeah.
And they never say anything, ever.
Yeah. Yeah, movie theaters are weird. You just walk in now, basically. Yeah, so we have a lot of Godzilla events going on, a lot of Godzilla in the theaters, and then Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. I don't think we're going to see a full trailer until after Monarch Legacy of Monster airs, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to... They took forever to give us the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer way back when that was coming out. I feel like we didn't see trailer until like a month or two prior. I mean,
if they want to do it for Godzilla Day, they could, but like I feel like the Legendary stuff is so separated from the Toho stuff that I feel like they wouldn't want to put the trailer on.
No, I don't think they would.
Like, if anything, we might see like the -1 trailer in theaters because they're probably like, hey, come back next month, buy tickets.
Yeah. And then this Monarch Legacy of Monsters. I mean, what did you think of the trailer for that? I did a little reaction clip that day. I was away on vacation doing it in my room.
I thought it was really good and like entertaining. I like that they kind of like addressed, because like I feel like in the first teaser trailer that they dropped, everyone was just like, "Oh, so you're telling me he finishes the fight 2014, does the roar at Quicksilver's character, and then turns his head and looks at this other lady," and then in this trailer, it's kind of like he's kind of just moving his head. He's not like looking at her.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, they kind of fixed. He just happens to look at two people.
Yeah.
Bit, and then I love it. Like a lot of people still haven't realized that like Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell are related. Because like there was some people at work, because like a lot of people have Apple TV, and they're like, oh yeah, like I saw the Godzilla thing. You know, like I'm into Godzilla. I'm like, oh, I saw the Godzilla thing, and they're like, yeah, it's got like the Captain America guy in there and Kurt Russell, and I'm like, you know that they're like father son, right? They're playing the same character.
The Captain America guy.
Yeah, and I was just like they do look, when they're next to each other, like you see them in the trailer, like one after the other. It's like, yeah, they're related.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I honestly forgot that I made the mistake saying that Dan Stevens was playing the younger version of him, and I knew he wasn't.
I think Dan Stevens is in the.
He is in it.
Godzilla Kong New Empire.
Yeah, yeah. I got completely confused, and I slipped up saying him. But yeah, yeah. I'm excited about seeing him in that movie, but yeah, the Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell thing's going to be great. And I didn't realize, I thought Andrews Holmes was playing Bill Randa's son, and they just had the same name. I didn't realize, I was just looking recently, that he's actually playing the young version of Will Randa, John Goodman's character from Kong Skull Island. So this is interesting, because originally I thought, you know, we were just flashing back 2014 to like maybe Skull Island-ish times, or prior to Skull Island times.
Just post.
But now we're flashing back from Skull Island even further if we're getting a younger version of John Goodman's character.
Yeah, are we gonna get like Kurt Russell flashing back to John Goodman giving a flashback?
Yes. I mean, we're getting 10 episodes of this. It's running from November 17th to January 12th. And then we only have to wait January, February, March, April. Is it April now? Or is it May?
I think it's April. I think April was what it got pushed back to.
Yeah, so it's only like a 3-ish month wait. Not bad. But we are getting a lot of damn Godzilla.
It is a lot. Like coming out. Like we're so used to like, oh, there's something coming out in like 3 years.
Yeah.
And now it's like we're getting 2 movies and a TV show, plus all the anime that's been coming out.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So it's a pretty damn exciting time for us Kaiju fans here.
Yeah, no, it's kind of more than we're used to. Like, I just hope that it does well. I'm excited to see what they do with -1 in theaters, because it's gonna be like, if we want to get into like conspiracy, like first off, it's gonna be the first Japanese Godzilla movie since Shin Godzilla, and this one's gonna be a little bit more mainstream and less creepy looking than that one.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla didn't even get like a real theater run here either.
It got like almost like basically like a Fathom event. Yeah, it got the dub though, which was good.
Yeah. And is -1 getting a dub though? That's what
I haven't heard any news about a dub.
So like, I'm curious what we're gonna see here.
You think Godzilla? It's gonna get a dub.
Yeah,
like this is
the first Japanese Godzilla movie that's getting a full theater run since Godzilla 2000. So it's pretty appropriate that Godzilla 2000 is the Godzilla Day movie here in the States, when they'll be getting Godzilla -1 in Japan. I mean, I think that's going to be a rough month off the internet. I think we're going to be getting lots of spoilers flooding the web.
I think stay away from TikTok, stay away from Instagram. It's all going to be there. I had seen basically the entire Dragon Ball Super movie before I went to go see it in theaters, just because there's so many clips on my Instagram feed. So be careful.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get into like strike conspiracy theory stuff, supposedly if it doesn't get wrapped up soon, they're going to start calling for boycotts. So if they're going to start calling for boycotts in theaters, this is a movie that was outside, that's made in Japan. So this is like going to be a movie that if people are actually going to respect that boycott, they can go see. So that could be pretty big for Godzilla. Yeah.
I mean, just this whole time right now for this movie, we're saying, we're getting a ton of content now. I think we're going to be hitting a drought, though, with this whole strike and everything on a lot of content. So a lot of international stuff is going to be coming over. So we'll be seeing, I think you're going to be seeing more of the indie films, which we'll talk about in a little, actually.
Yeah, we got quite a bit of indie news, surprisingly, over like the course of like a week or two. A lot of indie stuff coming up.
But on top of all this Monarch talk, the Monsterverse Omnibus, they put out a little update today. They sent a revised digital edition. So if you guys back that, you should have that in your email. Check your email. Check your Kickstarter. Send them a message if you didn't get it yet.
Yes, and if you use sign in with Apple and you hide your ID, you're not getting the backer kit emails sent to you. So maybe see if you can send a message over and be like, hey, I'm not getting any emails from backer kit for my digital copy, and make sure you get it, because it's a pretty nice copy. It's very high quality. And for people complaining about the file size, because it's basically 5 graphic novels on one PDF, it's like half a gig. Apparently they are going to be making a smaller split up version of that PDF for people who have space constraint issues, like on a Kindle or something.
Yeah. And on top of that, they sent out a video of the slipcase cover that looks like a real Monarch dossier, like something Will Randall would be carrying with him through the jungle on Skull Island. It looks really cool, this set. I'm really excited to get my hands on it. They're expecting it sometime in November. It was originally expected in October, so hopefully by the end of November. I'm gonna guess December, if would be my guess. If they're expecting it in November, I always go, yeah, it's probably a month late.
Yeah, I think they said they expect it basically around Christmas time. You expect it before the holidays.
Yeah, but they upgraded that slipcase cover, so at least they're doing something nice with the delay.
Yes,
which is awesome.
It's a Kickstarter. I mean, I know it's from a big company, but with all of these Kickstarter campaigns, there's always an expectation of some sort of delay, because printers happen. There's a issue with one of the graphics or something. Always kind of happens with these projects. So I guess we talked about Godzilla 2K coming out. Excited for that. I kind of want to go to the same theater.
Yeah, and related to Godzilla 2000, what we had mentioned earlier is some indie films. Today, SRS announced via Sci-Fi Japan that they are going to be releasing Yuzo, the biggest battle in Tokyo. We've shared out a lot of posters and art about this. It's kind of an indie flick, but it's the suit, the monster, the whole movie is made by the protege of the monster creator and special effects director that did Final Wars. He's also directed a bunch of Ultraman episodes, Omnibus episodes, and so that's some more Godzilla related news. But this Yuzo release I'm really excited for, because I've been like, I want to get this here in the States.
Yeah, so
I've been begging SRS for it too. I'm like adding him onto it. I'm like, they're selling the rights to it. Pick it up.
This is one of those movies that I think it was last year. I think it was when it was initially had its crowdfunding, or maybe the year before that.
Yeah, I think it was maybe the year before. It was during COVID, I think, or towards the back end of COVID. But so I want to say 2021.
Whenever these Japanese movies have their crowdfunding campaign, they always make it region exclusive, and it's not on Kickstarter. It's it's on their own version of Kickstarter type of thing.
I've tried to back them, and you just can't.
Yeah, they
Because
want
you
your
need,
prefecture. Like, they need a Japanese address.
yeah,
So there's no way you can back it or just to even get a digital copy.
yeah.
So I'm happy to actually finally be getting it. Hopefully they do that for that. I can't remember the name. It's like
The
Yoshi.
Ninja Monster. Oh, Hoshi 35.
Yeah, Hoshi
Yes.
35. I hope they did it with that one
looks
as well.
fantastic too. That's another one that I want, and the Ninja Monsters too.
Yeah.
Gyron versus I can't think of the other monster's name. That looks like another good indie kaiju film. So
Yeah.
I'm really hoping with the SRS picking up this one. I'm hoping they bring those over too.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on that yokai release that they acquired. They with the most recent Daimajin appearance. I'm kind of excited for that. I thought it would have been available for pre-order by now, but it hasn't been up on the site. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if he's been busy because they've been doing like the Indiegogo stuff. I feel like SRS has their hands in like a lot of pots right now. It's not just like, oh, we release one movie every like 2 or 3 months now.
Yeah.
He's got all the horror stuff. He's got the imports. He's got his own crowdfunded movies. Like, it's changed over the last couple of years.
I know. Yeah, he had recently said back in the spring, he's like, I got a couple projects that I'm working on myself. His like own personal projects. So I know he's definitely busy, Ron. I mean, he's done some great work. He's acquired some great items. Put out great products. I mean, he's given some awesome kaiju releases. I mean, our first show was Howl from Beyond the Fog. That's an SRS release.
Yeah. He's the one that's getting all of these indie Japanese movie imports.
Yeah.
Nobody else is doing it. And if they are doing it, they aren't doing it like him. It's he does a really good job. Yeah. And I guess if I don't know, I'm skipping around a little bit here, but if you want to talk about oh man, I can't even see it on. Oh yeah, Raven Banner.
Yes.
This was it, how do you pronounce it? Is it like Minore?
I think it's Minore, yeah.
It's like this giant tentacle monster. And it's like it's Lovecraftian, it's creature feature, it's a Greek foreign film. And it's like it just toes the line between like horror, kaiju. I think it's a little bit more into the horror genre.
It's like they said it's like a horror comedy, and it's about a group of it's like a band at a bar has to like group together to stop this monster attack. It's got rave reviews though from all the film festivals that showed it. The trailer looks pretty good to me actually too. The special effects didn't look bad.
Yeah, and it's on it's just on the Raven Banner website.
Yeah,
so
or even if you just search it, Minore movie. I'm not sure. They didn't give an exact release date on when they are printing that. I kind of stumbled across that while I was searching for when their Shin Ultraman release was going to happen.
Which
there's
still nothing on their website. They've only tweeted about it.
Yeah. They didn't even tweet it. They like retweeted an article about them acquiring the rights to it.
So I don't know what's going on with that because Cleopatra has apparently finally finished fixing this.
Third time's the charm.
I think this is like their 5th time. From what I understand, because I ended up not buying the fix because I was still very weary about it, and apparently they got the fix. There was still issues. There was still actual like visual glitches on the disc, and people were getting like a wave 2 and a wave 3. Apparently the wave 3, the subtitles were still dub titles, so you weren't getting actual Japanese subs. And then everybody who applied for a replacement disc again was told like, hey, like we're gonna wait longer, like what they should have done the first time and actually fix everything. So now I think you have Japanese, English audio, and you have dub titles and subtitles on it. So I think you have like every combination that you could possibly want to watch this available.
I still feel
and
like
they fixed the visual issues.
Do the are the retailers returning that old stock though? That's my concern. Like,
I wouldn't buy it from anyone except for NVD because
okay, yeah, you
I feel
buy
like
it
you
direct.
run the risk of getting a bad copy. I doubt that they did a recall.
Yeah, I do too.
I think they're just doing a disc replacement program, and who knows how long that's going to be running for.
Yeah.
If you buy a copy 2 years from now from Amazon and it's a bad copy and you contact Cleopatra, are they going to take care of it for you? Probably not. They're going
Yeah.
to say, oh, we don't have any more spare disc.
Or we don't have the rights to distribute it anymore. Maybe who knows how long they
Yeah.
have the distribution for
So
either.
honestly, I'm waiting for Raven Banner because I just want to go with Raven Banner.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I'm wondering if Raven Banner hasn't put a date on it because they're experienced the same thing. Maybe because first they kind of played it. Cleopatra played it off like they were sent the wrong stuff. I don't know if that's
But how are you
true.
sent the wrong stuff multiple times? How do you send the
Yeah.
wrong stuff multiple times to being pressed onto disc? Is
Yeah.
nobody watching any of it?
Because I did see somebody online saying that Raven Banner had the same issue, but
Yeah, the
they didn't
CEO
say
of
it.
Cleopatra said that.
Yeah.
Raven Banner
So
hasn't made a single comment.
yeah.
And not for
Uh
nothing, I know that Cleopatra works with MVD. MVD produces this Gorgo Blu-ray. It's obviously not as good as the 4K that came out, but before that, they did an amazing restoration job. No more green water. This is the first release where you didn't have green water. So it is NVD is a company that cares,
yeah.
but
I mean, clearly they wouldn't
Cleopatra
have done.
doesn't.
Oh yeah.
It's I'm very weary about it,
I feel you.
and I'm kind of hoping at this point that maybe like we get some good news from Shin Kamen Rider. I know it's on
Yeah.
Amazon, but like hopefully like maybe like Shout Factory or somebody
I
will pick it
feel
up.
like that Amazon like release was like hype for like a solid half a day. There was like I feel like there was no like press, there was no like anything on it. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Like cause like I said, from the Shin movies that we saw, that crowd for Shin Kamen Rider was insane. It was awesome.
yes,
So I was like, I thought this would be like great. I
yeah,
thought, but I felt like you were like, yeah, it's on Amazon, we can stream it. Like,
yeah. I feel like that's kind of where it's at right now, and I thought it was definitely one of the more fun Shin movies.
yeah, no, definitely. I put it up there. I
Yeah,
actually, I like, I personally really liked Shin Ultraman a lot. Shin Kamen Rider, I really enjoyed, and I really was like hooked on Shin Godzilla when it came out. Now, I don't know, but I think all three of them are like good in their own way. It's hard for me to rank them,
it
honestly.
is. It is. They're also kind of just different movies.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
like
all of them
it's
are
like apples and
completely.
oranges.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But speaking of Shin Ultraman, uh, we have a really awesome convention popping up here in New York. It's a 1 day event. Unfortunately, we cannot make it this year. It's my son's birthday, and it's just not going to work out with the scheduling and everything. But it's Kaiju Brooklyn, which is being run by Robo7, the artist John Bellotti, who does these awesome Ultraman shirts. He's the only artist here in the States. Let me show you this. That does these officially licensed Ultraman T-shirts. We ran into him at Terrificon this summer and picked up an Ultra 7 shirt of this style as well. Really cool guy, awesome artist. He's been cranking out Ultraman shirts, so check him out, Robo7 and Kaiju Brooklyn if you're here in New York. And even better, if you're traveling here for New York Comic Con, this convention is kind of the weekend before. So if you're planning on staying the week, maybe you can come a few days earlier and go to the show. It's only $25, and on top of that, it runs 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And after the convention is done at 6, they are going to be doing a Shin Ultraman screening in the courtyard, an outdoor screening, which is included with the ticket. That's at 7 o'clock, and there's tons of food and places to go in the area, so you'll have plenty of time between that 6 p.m. closure to 7 p.m. to eat and just do whatever else you want to do. But I'm really excited. I've wanted a show like this here in New York for like ever, and I'm like so bummed that I cannot make it this year.
Yeah.
But I'm really hoping this show is a extremely massive success, and we get it next year, and it becomes like an annual thing.
Yeah, just stay away from the beginning of October. Just the whole month of October.
Yeah, yeah.
Just do it like at another time.
Early September, late September.
Or the beginning of November.
Yeah. But we're really wishing you some success on the show, Kaiju Brooklyn, and yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Can't wait. Hopefully we could come next year. I hope there is one next year.
Yes. Yeah, so I guess we just have like some quick release news, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll cover.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
first up, we have 2 Godzilla trade paperbacks confirmed, and that is going to be Godzilla Rivals Round 2, which is going to be Gigan, Biollante, Space Godzilla. Is Space Godzilla?
Godzilla.
Yeah, Mecha Godzilla.
I don't think it's Gigan.
No, Gigan's in this one.
Oh no! Oh yeah,
Gigan's the first one.
Sorry. I'm thinking of what's coming up. Yeah, so it is. It's not Space Godzilla.
No, yeah, no, it's going to be Gigan, Airborer versus Rodan,
Yes.
and is it Biollante versus Destroyer?
Versus Destroyer. I believe Mothra versus Titanosaurus.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Each round they're doing a little different. So the first round was Godzilla versus all different monsters. Second round was different monsters fighting each other.
The Gigan one, we don't know what happened with that. Like, nobody's publicly said anything about the Gigan issue. Why there was a delay.
I'm assuming that's going to be in this round too, yes.
Oh, it was the first one to come out.
Yeah.
But nobody said, like, as to why it got delayed as much as it did.
Oh, yeah, it was so weird. It was supposed to come out before the Batra one, which ended up being the last one in round 1. And, yeah, I remember I was messaging one of the cover artists. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I sent them my cover.
And that was it.
And I never heard back from them. And I don't know when it's coming out.
Yeah. And that's going to be coming out on November 7th. So pretty soon. Can't wait to get that one. And then Godzilla Here There Be Dragons coming out April 9th. Trade paperback.
Yes.
So you can pick that up, pre-order it. It's a pretty good series.
And,
We're gonna be
we're
doing a review of it later this episode.
Yeah, we're doing episode 3.
One of my theories
issue
is this is like the first of a series.
Yep, that's what I was thinking after this one too.
We'll get into that later. Yeah.
And for more Godzilla, we're back on Godzilla again, guys. There's also, War for Humanity's going. I have a review of that will be coming up soon on the channel. It might be up before the show, who knows.
Yeah.
That is recorded already, issue 1. I personally loved it. And then next month, sort of Monsterverse is the beginning of the Godzilla and Kong versus the Justice League series as well. That's going to be a 7-issue run. Pretty crazy stuff. And we also have we're like days away from the Godzilla and Godzilla Raids Again novelization dropping.
Yeah, we really are.
Right at the beginning of, I believe it's the first week of October.
Yeah, I gotta...
You didn't pre-order it?
I did pre-order. I gotta make time to read it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have so many books.
There's also a Godzilla Valentine's Day book coming out.
Yes.
That looks adorable. But yeah, I think that's it for the Godzilla.
Yes, I think that's it for Godzilla news. There's one other quick Blu-ray drop that's coming out, and that's going to be the giant Gila monster coming to Blu-ray. It's going to be released by Film Masters, which is a new Blu-ray release company, a new publisher. They did a new 4K scan of the movie from archival 35mm film, so it should be probably the best presentation anybody's seen of it. I know it's available on streaming on Prime and a bunch of other places, but if you want like the highest quality, the best that this movie's ever going to look, it's probably going to be this release. One thing to note though is that it was from a 4K scan, so it's possible a couple of years from now we might get a 4K release, but that's dependent on Film Masters even being successful and all this other stuff. So I would get the Blu-ray now. I wouldn't wait for the 4K. And it comes with Killer Shriekers.
Killer Shrews.
Yeah, Killer Shrews, which the trailer that they drop looks hilarious because it's like dogs with rat costumes on, like terriers with rat costumes on.
Oh,
and like those were like the monsters for the. It's like clearly like you could see like the paws like sticking out from the costume.
I've never seen the trailer for that. I've seen the Night of the Lepus trailer, which is the one with the giant rabbits, which it literally looks like they just filmed rabbits and then green screened it. So, I gotta look at that trailer.
Yeah, we might have to. That might be like our April Fool's review or something. Who knows? But that movie looks kind of awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're giving out, so they're selling some merch too for this too, which is pretty cool. They got like shirts and T-shirts. Yeah, I'm curious about how this Film Master is going to be and what other monster movies they may do.
They seem to be doing a lot of horror coming out, so I mean that's like the most popular genre. So I'm sure that they're going to do well. And then I think that's it as far as Blu-ray and all release news.
Yeah.
I think we can just
announced the Ultraman 55.
Oh, yes,
release.
Ultraman 55. Oh, man, don't get me started on it. So, yes, they're coming out with this. It's really nice looking Ultraman 55. It's going to come with 55 of the best Ultra 7 episodes, featuring Ultra 7 in it. They don't tell us what the episodes are. There's nothing on the packaging advertising anything new being released. And they seem to be really pushing this 16-page booklet, which I can almost guarantee will be a one page as a character synopsis, a synopsis of every episode that they include, and then maybe like some synopsis of like his equipment and stuff, like his like little boomerang thing and everything, like the monster capsules. I would not expect this booklet to be like, oh my god, this thing's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I think this just continues to further our theory that Millcreek is not licensing new footage from Tsuburaya. So if there's a series that you want to get, I would pick it up when you can, because who knows when they're going to be printing more, or if they will be printing more.
Yeah, because it's looking like it's going to be these compilations. Like, what I don't understand, sure, release this set, but like, at least give us the whole. It's the 55th anniversary of Ultra 7. You're releasing in the Ultra 7 anniversary set without the complete series.
Yeah.
And I get it. 55 episodes for the 55th anniversary. Cool.
Yeah.
But
it's
the 55th anniversary of the original series.
Yeah.
Not his random appearances. And on top of that, this set, as you might, I don't know if you're about to say, is it doesn't include any of the Heisei Ultraman. Which they don't have license.
Yeah, they didn't license, so they didn't go to try to get new stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad sign.
I haven't.
The only thing. Sorry.
No. You go.
The only thing that they could possibly release physically on the set, once again, I don't know if it's something that they're gonna have to license, is that special that they're gonna release. But I think it's like a 2-3 minute clip, the 55th anniversary special that they're doing for Ultra 7. Like, what if...
I feel like that would have been advertised on the packaging that they released if they were going to get that.
Yeah.
Even if it was coming out soon, it's probably in the can. It's probably already made. Like,
yeah, I think
they could license it if they want to.
I think it's only like several minutes short.
Yeah.
It's not a very long clip.
Yeah. They also announced an Alien Baltan Kaiju battle collection like this. They didn't announce any. It's like just a posting on Amazon, and it's on Bluray.com. The zero details, zero cover art released, anything like that. I'm still going to be making my video about the Red King collection. I still have to do some video comparisons just to see if the Blu-ray quality is higher than the DVD quality that they're going to be that they have released for these episodes, because there's nothing new on this. The only thing I want to say right now is this first live performance of Red King that they advertise on the Blu-ray, but they don't tell you what that first live performance is the Ultraman Rise collection appearance.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, but they don't.
They acted like
they didn't say that on the packaging though.
They didn't, but I figured it was gonna be that stage show, the Ultraman first appearance as well.
Yeah. So
I was like, so they advertise it's like it's something new, but it's not. So they literally put nothing new in that set.
Yeah. The only thing is that this was a deep discount exclusive set. Mm-hmm. So if you don't go to deep discount and you just want to get a $9 Blu-ray just for that special, it's probably worth it. But this does have English dubbed Ultraman episodes on it. So, you know, a little give or take, but I'm still going to be making that video because I want to see if these Blu-ray releases of their previously DVD released episodes are higher quality, or if it's just the same compressed file that they're just slapping on a disc and pushing out the door.
Yeah. It's, I feel like this is becoming a tale as old as time with us here. But yeah, this Millcreek limbo, I think, is starting to look a lot less like a limbo and just like, this is what we got. I don't know. I think, like you said, they might just stop making them, and somebody else is going to have to pick up the torch on this. I really love the Discotheque releases that they've done. They've done for Kamen Rider, all the Metal Heroes. So
I do too, but one thing you have to give Millcreek is they kept the price on these sets very low.
Yes,
they're very cheap sets.
Yes, Discotheque sets are very pricey.
They're like $60 to $80 for a season of a show. You know,
even Shout Factory has pretty decent releases.
Yeah.
My only complaint about the Shout Factory Kamen Rider releases, from a collector standpoint, was that the boxes are a bit chunky compared to the Discotheque boxes. They have nice thin boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's it as far as like Ultraman stuff news. We do have some crowdfunding stuff we do want to tell you guys about. First thing, Territory issue 4, it's 3/4 of the way funded. The cover arts are amazing. You guys have to see them.
Blake's done a fantastic job with this campaign. I mean, the cover arts, the holographic covers, all these different covers. He's got 4 different covers. Donnie's on it. We got Mars, as always, with their awesome neon covers.
Yeah, and Nick Sassman came back just to do the cover. Donnie took over for the series as far as the in the book art. And it just looks really, really good. I'm super excited to read this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if the covers are giving away too much of what's what's happening, or maybe it's just the stylistic choice. I don't know, but I'm excited. Yeah,
I'm really hyped for this. I've been waiting for this one. The last one ended, it was just like, oh man, we need more. That was like such a I mean, you can check out our Territory playlist, but Blake's done a great job with this. Like I said earlier, he's thrown a lot of goodies in with this one too. He's got bookmarks. What does he have? Trading cards.
Yeah, bookmarks, trading cards. I think there's stickers, there's replica necklaces, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can get. So definitely check it out. I got the neon cover and the trading cards.
Yeah, I got all the merch except the necklace.
Yeah, I got the pin last time, and I lost the pin like almost instantly because I had the cleaning lady come over that day that I got it, and I think she threw it away. And he didn't list the pin on this one. So hopefully for issue 5 he lists the pin again.
Oh man.
It was like the day I got it. I think I put it on the table, and then I think it might have got like swept or something.
Yeah, because that's when you just got back in the house after all the
Yeah,
construction.
it was the day before I moved back into the house.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. I still have the books.
Yeah.
So
check out Territory.
Yeah, and then we also
absolutely have to. I mean,
yes, it is a must. It's a really good series. Very, very tight narrative, and you kind of get sucked in to it. So, one other book coming out is Cicada Samurai issue 0 on Kickstarter. It's already fully funded, so there's no risk of like, hey, you guys got to go and fund this or it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's funded, so it's going to be available. You're going to get your book. I don't know if this creator has done any previous projects.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. The creator is like a TV show producer for a lot of reality TV show.
Oh.
He did Comic Book Men, which is where he kind of did his launch party on. He did with one of the Comic Book Men guys, and he was one of the producers on American Pickers. Some really random things there. This is like his first.
It's like passion project, probably.
Yeah, this is like he's started his own little comic company on the side. It from the first cover that pulled me in, it kind of looked like almost a Power Ranger Kamen Rider Toku-esque hero on the cover.
It's like an insect Green Ranger. If I had to like
but
say
supposedly,
something.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. But then there's been all these other covers where it looks a little different. I had commented on one of his posts as saying, which cover is truer to the art? And he said that the first cover that kind of looks like the Ranger is like truer to the story.
All right.
It's gonna be I was reading it. It's not a very long story. It's just kind of like he wants to see how this does, and it's been a success. He didn't expect the campaign to be this successful. It was like pretty much almost instantly funded. So as a stretch goal, he's added 2 more pages to the story now. It looks really cool. Yeah. It's about a cicada samurai that has to defend his village from these hornets that kill cicadas. And they're a real thing. There are these hornets that go after and kill cicadas. So it should be a pretty interesting story. I'm pretty excited to check that one out. I'm kind of curious to see if it really does have Toku elements to it, or if it was just a stylistic thing that they went with for the character.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a pretty cheap book. I mean, it's $6 for digital, $10 for a physical and a digital.
Yeah. It's almost like a mini book, though. It's not a full comic.
It's issue 0. Yeah.
Yeah, it's issue 0. I think it's really only going to be like 12 pages. Normally, your typical comic's like 25 pages, 24 pages. So it's a small book, but, you know, if this is successful, which it is, he said that he's going to be doing an issue 1 for sure and doing the 5-issue arc thing and everything. So it's going to be a cool intro to this hero. And who knows if this issue 0 will be available again. Maybe it's going to be an exclusive origin book. And
yeah, that's the way Kaijus and Cowboys was.
Yeah.
They haven't made their issue 0 available since the first Kickstarter.
Nope. Yeah. So this is an important issue if you want it for the little origin story, because it's probably going to be hard to find if he doesn't reprint it.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of Kaiju and Cowboys, congrats to those guys. I mean, I'm really happy for them. They hit 107 backers on this campaign.
Yes.
And were successfully funded. We had them on the show, but we had some technical difficulties, and we lost the episode,
I feel
unfortunately.
Terrible.
I felt absolutely sick. I was going through, like, such a bunch of... a couple of weeks of just I felt like everything was just going wrong.
Yeah, I felt
just
awful.
Loss after loss. And when I heard the audio had got boxed for that episode, I was like, I was like so deflated from that. I was like,
and it was such a good conversation and stuff.
It really was such a great talk that we had with them. We're definitely having them back on for issue 4 when they do that, but I think that they're done campaigning for this year.
Yeah, I think they said they're done for 2023.
We'll be seeing them in 2024 for issue 4.
Yeah.
And 5 probably would be my assumption.
Yeah, I think they can probably do 3 issues
Yeah, it would
next
be a
year.
squeeze, but they might be able to.
Yeah. It's all depending on, how they space everything out.
Yeah,
But,
they did a great job with that.
yeah, they really did. And another thing, if we want to transition over, another thing they did a great job on was this kind of issue 0 bonus issue. This was included with issue 2. This was a stretch goal for issue 2 of Kaijus and Cowboys, and it was like it's a really good story. It's follows the KS-1 squad, and I really like that it's like these really nice Kaijus and Cowboys branded thing. We have Father Mine involved on it, but instead of it being the robots, it's actual people on Earth.
Yes. Yeah, so this story is when Earth fell to the Kaiju. We get 3 video clips from the Father Mine who kind of introduces himself, and each video clip is its own kind of story. The first one, they fight giant crabs. The second one's a flying lizard, and the third one is this
like space octopus monster thing, tentacle monster.
This guy.
Yeah, it's like a brain type of thing. It's awesome art. It's all black and white this issue, but it's really, really nice. I hope on the issue 4 campaign that they make a digital available or something available of the issue 0 and of this, because I think people need to read this.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely like a hype building comic book.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was. Well, you continue.
Yeah. I would say these stories, these 3 stories were previously released in other Alterna Comics releases. Frank Eby's done art and stories for them with Matt Blair. It came out on a Wednesday. They usually do. And it's just kind of like filled with a bunch of different short stories. It's almost like an anthology type of release with all monster related comics in it. So I believe, from what I understand in here, because it says pages 2 to 20 were lettered by Keith Gleason, and pages 1, 21, and 22, which are the first page and the last 2, were done by Mike Stock. I believe what they did with this comic is they took the 3 short stories that they did for Team KS-1 for Alterna Comics, put them together, and they kind of had Fathermind in new panels introduce these stories as kind of a flashback style instead of, all right, this is just this awesome Team KS-1 fighting Kaiju randomly. And he kind of introduces how they were Earth's defense against the Kaiju until they finally fell and they went out on the arc to space to try to find a new planet and have the robots set it up for them.
Yeah, and again, like, this is a very general overview of this book. Again, the storytelling in Kaijus and Cowboys is very visual.
Yeah.
So you guys need to see this. I really hope that Matt and Frank, they watch this video. Please make a digital available of this on the next Kickstarter, or a physical one available on the next Kickstarter, because I think this is awesome. I think this is must read. This is must read.
Yeah, I enjoyed this a lot.
Yes.
I was like, wow. And when Frankie said that after the 12-issue run for Kaijus and Cowboys is completed, that they're going to revisit this, I'm like, crap, can you revisit it now?
Yeah, I know.
I was like, oh man, this is
I almost want simul. I know that they're so busy.
I know. Yeah,
I know they're so busy.
Chaos to do both at once, but
yeah, I'm almost like, do both. Do both.
Dude, maybe they could do like these little mini stories at the end of each issue of Kaijus and Cowboys.
I mean, that's kind of what Ultraman was doing with their comic books, the Marvel ones.
Doing the Ultra Q stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah, like a little KS Squad mini comic at the end of each Kaijus and Cowboys.
Yeah. So I have a couple of theories. I don't know what your theories are on this, but after reading this and hearing that they do plan on revisiting Team KS-1 after Kaijus and Cowboys, I'm like, so do you think Team KS-1 at the end of Kaijus and Cowboys comes off the ship. They come out of the hibernation. Did they survive Earth and make the trip on the Ark?
I mean,
and
there's a.
do you think they're gonna start cleaning up the planet now?
I mean, that'd be cool.
Or do you think it's gonna go back to Earth with Team KS-1? I don't know.
There's so many twists that could happen with this, and the way that Kaijus and Cowboys issue 2 ended is already on a giant kind of twist. I'm like starting to get more and more with Father Mind that I think that he's not a good character.
Yeah.
Because this kind of ends with him kind of like advertising his new perfect world that's being built for the humans, and I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I trust it.
Yeah, and
like, did they actually fail, or is he giving them bad video evidence of what happened with Earth? Did they destroy that giant tentacle monster and then Earth was saved?
Like he looks kind of like evil.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust it yet. So I'm kind of like, I've like so many fan theories and I just want more.
It gives me like Outer Worlds vibes.
It definitely does give Outer Worlds
story,
vibes.
You know, the Earth went out on an arc, and it's very like kind of campy, like where everything's advertised and like they're like just overselling the new planets and everything.
Yeah,
and that's what this feels like. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, and then, you know, we did have that interview with Frankie B, and he was like, you know, it's reading Kaijus and Cowboys issue 2, before he said anything, it kind of gave me this idea. We're coming to the Kaiju's planet, and we're clearing them out. Like, are we the Kaiju? Like, are we destroying a planet of sentient beings?
The bad guys?
Yeah, like, are we the bad guys? I don't know if that's where it's going, but, like, I think, you know, it kind of alluded to it, you know. But, I'm kind of really excited to see where this goes. Yeah. And, I can't wait for this issue to come out. Did they say when this should be shipping?
No, but they don't waste time, you know. Even Matt Blair said that's the first thing he said. He's like, now that we're successfully funded, it's time for fulfillment. So
yeah, I know he said end of the week surveys are going out.
Yeah, yes, they're not going to waste time. You know, they timed these two campaigns incredibly. I mean, issue 2 was in my hands, and then the next day, the issue 3 campaign is live. Like, it was insane. I'm like, oh, this is like, you couldn't have timed this perfectly. Yeah.
And then like this was unintentionally when it showed up, but it showed up the day before the campaign ended.
Yeah. What are the chances
of that? It was completely unintentional because this had a print issue, and these came direct from the printer instead of them doing the fulfillment. Yes. These came direct from the printer.
Yeah. But these were originally supposed to be shipped with the fulfillment rewards for issue 2, but the pages were all screwy. Matt and Frank had both showed us. Frankie had showed us some tests, pages, examples of them, and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't perfect.
Yeah, they didn't want to put out a bad.
They really want to put out a good product,
and especially with this being a black and white. They wanted the contrast to be right.
Yeah. No, this looks great in black and white.
Yeah. I mean, manga's all in black and white.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't see an issue with a black and white comic, especially if it's good.
I was thinking reading this, the only thing different that I don't know if it was released in black and white for, you know, Turner Comics, but I was like, maybe a cool thing for them to do down the line would be like do a color version of this, like if they colorized it.
That could be a stretch goal of something. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
I know colors take a while, but yeah, that could always be a stretch goal.
Yeah.
It's like, definitely. Hey, we'll do a color version down the road or something.
Yeah. But I'm really excited for issue 3. Love the Team KS-1.
Yes. I can't wait to see them return. One of the other theories I was having was like, there was like 3 KS-1 like soldiers, and there's
was there more than 3?
Was there 4? Was it 3 or was it 4?
I think it was 4.
Maybe my theory is wrong. I was gonna say like, could there?
Robots?
Yeah, I was gonna say like, could they got like forcibly turned into like AI or something, and they're running the new robots, like the new Killbot squad that we saw in issue 2 of Kaijus and Cowboys.
There's Tank, Lieutenant, Reaper,
And
Nerd. Is
yeah,
it the four of them? I think it's the four of them.
yeah. So maybe that doesn't quite line up.
Oh, five of them. Tank, Reaper, Nerd. I'm trying to see who the other one was.
I was just trying to.
FBW. No. Oh,
That's Frankie B. Washington.
yeah, I saw that one there. I was like, oh, FBW.
Oh yeah. Oh, he stuck himself in.
That's funny.
That is. But yeah, can't wait. Good job, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, congratulations. Really, really excited and happy for this.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and I guess we're going to be transitioning over to our next comic book review, which is going to be of Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons, issue 3. It ends, so it starts off.
Well, where issue 2 ended, Henry Hall was about to get hung.
Yeah.
Because the captain had just had it with him. He's like, I'm tired of this crap. He's like, you brought the queen's name up again, and you're saying you're besmirching her, and then it opens up with him in the cell, basically loosening the noose around his neck.
Yes. So, it kind of goes like pretty deep into lore.
Yeah, this one was like a big flashback one.
So there is this Sir Francis Walsingham who's basically there on the behalf of the English government, not of the Queen, not of the Crown, but of the government. And I guess somehow that they've heard that this guy's spilling stories, and he's there to investigate whether or not what he's saying is true, and if the Queen is linked to some type of conspiracy.
Yeah.
So he's kind of interviewing him and kind of puts the captain in place, and he's like, if you say one more thing, you're going to be this guy's bunkmate.
Yeah, he's basically like, yeah, you're going to be the prisoner next.
Because I'm so happy he said it, though, because like I know they have to keep characters, like, why is the captain all of a sudden quiet and he's not protesting anything?
Yeah.
But it was like starting to get really annoying in this issue with the captain interrupting.
Yeah, I was like, this guy, I'm like, just shut up and let him tell the story.
And then like right when I was like that, that's when he says it. So I'm like, okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's pretty interesting. So Henry comes up with this whole thing saying there's been kaiju around for years and that humans have known about it. And then we see flashbacks of feudal Japan. Godzilla's attacking feudal Japan. Then we see Rodan in South America, and the Aztecs are doing human sacrifices for Rodan. Then we see Ghidorah attacking the Roman Empire, and then Mothra in Egypt, and Hedorah with the Vikings.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the Sons of Giants. It's a secret society, like an Illuminati.
Very Illuminati vibes.
Yeah,
with like
protected the
gold mask on, and
it's like the Court of Owls for Batman. You know, they're wearing cloaks,
and they're like
masks.
perfect representations, like all in gold of these monsters, and it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Just a question about the King Ghidorah attacking the Roman Empire. How often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Once a week.
Yeah, at least once a week.
Yeah.
It's like the most random meme. But anyway, like, yeah, you get like these like really crazy like cult Illuminati, and they're called the Sons of Giants, and they start referring to them as Kaiju.
Yes.
During this,
refers to them as Kaiju,
and like they're kind of like obviously they show Mothra in ancient Egypt. Obviously, they're kind of alluding to it's like Easter Island origin stories.
Yeah.
And then you have, I think they're heavily implying that Rodan is like the sun god.
Yeah. It makes sense. It works. The fire, and they even had Rodan in South America in the Monsterverse in a volcano. So Rodan with the Aztecs does work.
Yeah, it really does. So like this is the plot point that made me like once I saw the actual cult, I was like, how are they wrapping this up in 2 issues? Is this going to be an ongoing, like, Here They Be Dragons is done, but now we're going to have another, it's not going to be called Here They Are or whatever, it's going to be another themed where this cult pops up in it.
Yeah. Maybe there'll be one covering Rodan in Aztec times. Like, I really like the whole different time period setting of this, and
because it seems really weird to set this up and then, you know, these are pretty fast-paced issues. They still have a treasure to find. I don't know how this is going to end. There's only 2 issues left, so I'm like, there has to be more to this.
Yeah.
That's my theory, and if they
That's
don't,
how I felt too. I was like, are they gonna do spin-offs of the series?
if they don't, I feel like it's a waste.
I mean, you know, it's a good story so far. I mean,
it is, but it's
a waste. But
it is, but like when you have this awesome, there is a cult of world leaders that are worshiping kaiju and they're running the world storyline, and it's in a pirate comic book. You could do a lot more than that.
Oh yeah, no,
like, you could do a lot with that.
Yeah, no, like, I absolutely agree with you.
Like that's a storyline that like resonates with like a lot of people.
Yeah,
like people moving pieces behind the scenes, like that can be used in multiple series.
Oh yeah, we'll see.
And then you can release it in one giant trade paperback and call it the Sons of Giants collection.
Oh,
put me on your marketing team, IDW. But yeah, so it gets back. So we get back to the Monster Island.
Yeah,
and
he gets back into that story after this whole cult thing.
So he's like, okay, let me get back to the Spanish Armada, because he's like, not only is it the most deadly sea fleet in the entire world, but it's just got completely destroyed by Godzilla.
Yeah.
But one person survived, and that's Captain Cortez Blanco, the White Shark. And it goes into his backstory, and apparently he's like renowned for being like unstoppable. And the reason that he's following Drake is because Drake was the captain of a ship that was transporting Cortez's family. And
no, he attacked the ship that was transporting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. I got that mixed up. I thought that
the ship refused to surrender, so Drake took the ship down, and Cortez's wife and son went down with the ship. So pretty much Cortez is out to kill Drake. He's swore revenge, and his job is to hunt down Drake for the Spanish Armada. So he washes up on shore, and he treks through the jungle and finds where we last left off with Henry's story is the crew's getting attacked by bats. He's ready to attack them, but then he sees all these bats attacking the crew, and he's like, I'll stay in the bushes here and kind of watch. Crew starts to flee. He starts to flee, and Ebra shows up, starts chopping away bats' heads and eating them, and they're like, oh, we're saved by Ebra. And then Ebra starts picking off guys, cutting them in half, and just eating them.
Yeah,
so they start running.
Ebra is like one of the Godzilla kaiju in like cinematic history that you actually see like eating people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's not here to save you guys. He's hungry.
Yeah. So, and it pretty much kind of ends there. They flee Ebra, and
they find the map in the journal.
Yes.
That the map treasure is in Godzilla's cave.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. What did you think of that? Was it weird seeing Godzilla just standing in a cave?
I don't know.
He's just standing by the door like...
Well, he drew the map. I mean, at the end of like...
Yeah, they show you that little shot of him like just standing by the door in the cave, and it looks so weird.
He's just like, I'm just chilling.
He's just chilling there.
Well, it's his cave. What's he supposed to do? I mean, he had a cave in Zone Fighter. He
did.
And had an actual door, too, that opened.
Yeah, I guess it's Monster Island, so that's where he lives.
Yeah.
I guess it's not that weird. It was like a little weird to me, but I'm like, oh, this seems like it should be a Kong.
Yeah, Kong in a cave.
A Kong in a cave. But like, I don't know. I'm excited for this Cortez Blanco character because I'm like, he gives off like Anton Chigurh, No Country for Old Men vibes. Or he just cannot be stopped.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that he's gonna stop Drake from getting the treasure. And like everyone's gonna have to like run away because like the island's collapsing or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's what it's gonna be.
It's like, you know, Godzilla's like Smog with the treasure there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how the Smog monster's in this though. I mean Hedorah, but like should be technically almost no pollution. But I guess Industrial Revolution
Yeah,
kind of
I
matches
mean,
up.
there's different ways they polluted back then. Who knows?
Yeah, it's true. You know, it's the East India Trading Company. It's the
Yeah.
ancestors of Drew Barrymore. But memes aside, I'm excited for this. 2 more issues.
The covers look fantastic for
Yeah,
all these comics too.
it looks fantastic, and the fact that they already have like the trade paperback announced for this, it just already shows that they have faith in this.
Yeah.
So
When I heard Godzilla and Pirates when this series was first announced, I was like, I'm in.
yes, yeah,
I
no,
don't care.
definitely. Yeah, and so yeah, we're waiting for issue 4, issue 5, and then we'll see where they go from there. I'm excited for this cult storyline, so I'm hoping that they continue it in other series.
Yeah, maybe they tease a new series.
Yeah,
We'll
at the
see.
end of this or something. Like it would be cool if it ended of like somebody reading the interview that Wilsingham is taking, and like it's in like modern times or something. Or it's like
Oh,
in the British Museum of Art. No, I'm joking.
yeah.
But like, you know, something like that where it's like, oh yeah, we're bringing it into like a new timeline or
Where
new
this
like, you know,
time
in the future,
period
a new
where-
time period, and we're gonna do a story there.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. Yeah, so I guess we're going to transition to what's going to be our main event for this episode, and that's going to be Ultraman Blazar episodes 5 and episode 6. Very interesting episodes. This show's like low-key very funny.
Yeah, I mean, every Ultraman series has like a funny character in it,
But like
but
everybody's funny in this.
this one, yeah,
But they're
it's
not
just-
trying to be funny.
it's very well balanced.
Like there's no
yes.
silly, stupid character in this.
Yes.
It's
yeah,
just-
there's always like the one goofball, but yeah,
And the people who are doing the dub for this, they're doing such a good job. So let's just get into this episode. So this episode, they are testing out a new railgun system that's going to be able to like detect and take out kaiju. And it's called the Mega Shot Railgun. And it's basically like 2 giant cannons, kind of like, think of Kiryu, where he has those like cannons
yeah,
on them. They kind of look like that, and they're colored like Earth Garon, but I don't think they're meant to mount on him.
yeah,
They're just separate cannons.
yeah. They just plopped them on top of a mountain. They just had to build them on top of a mountain.
Yeah.
But in doing so, they destroyed a shrine to a deity, a forest deity that's protector of the mountain, the forest over there. And since then, there's been seismic activity.
Yes, and it's Lord Dorgo, or just Dorgo. So they're doing this test, and then like some like crazy lady comes out. They're just about to start using the railgun. She's like, "You gotta stop the test. You gotta stop it." And then like,
It turns out to be Henri's like childhood friend.
yes, and like Henri's like, she's like, "I don't want to talk about my hometown," because
Yeah.
like it starts off with them talking about hometowns and stuff. And like the funny thing that like them meeting each other, and Henri's like, "Oh, it's Mizu," and she's like, "Henri." I didn't notice this until they did it in the dub, but like Henri has like a Midwestern accent.
Yeah, she throws out. Yeah, she like breaks character and gets a "don't you know."
Yeah, like they throw like "don't you knows" in there, and then later in the episode, this is obviously an English dub joke.
Yeah,
Like this isn't in the series, but then like later on in the series, in like the episode, they're making fun of her accent, and she's like, "I don't sound like that."
yeah, because she only goes into that accent like once. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
I thought that was a pretty funny localization joke, because it's like we're gonna make them Midwesterners.
But apparently, like he's a childhood friend of Henri. There was this local legend that Dorgo was the protector of the town and the mountain, and Henri used to go there as a kid hiking, and they'd pray at this little shrine that they had. And she's like, "Oh, I kind of remember it now." Like she kind of forgot because it's been years.
Yeah.
And basically, what happens is that shrine got destroyed, and apparently it was true. Dorgo really was there, and there's this whole scroll thing too that they had that
Yeah.
tells the story of the shrine, which her friend had. But it's pretty cool. Dorgo's design was really crazy. He rises up out, and sure enough, the cannons are mounted onto Dorgo, and he just kind of starts rampaging.
But he gets really tired.
Yeah, he passes out.
He's
Yes.
got like a little like snot bubble coming out over here while he's taking
Yeah.
his nap. I thought that was a
Yeah.
really funny thing. So like they realize that like they're very adamant in this at the beginning is like, oh, we did all the environmental
Yeah.
impact tests, we're gonna be fine, we're not gonna mess anything up.
There's no kaiju in the area.
And they're like, you know, they kind of realize like, okay, this is our fault, like
Yeah.
this would not have happened if it wasn't for us. So they don't want to like kill Dorgo.
Especially since it's considered a local deity or whatever.
Yeah. So
And it's a pretty docile monster.
it's mainly just naps.
Yeah.
And the only thing that attacked was Earth Garon.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
Earth Garon was just there. So they decide, okay, we're going to go. Henri and Gento decide, okay, we're going to go up and try to like put this. They find a piece of the shrine that's missing, so they have to return it to the shrine.
And
so
they find the missing piece of the shrine, and then after Henri's friend showed them that scroll from earlier, it was like torn. So they sent it kind of back to HQ, and HQ's like, oh, we found a scroll similar with the rest of the picture, and it basically shows, the back in the day, somebody like almost stabbed it in the head with that statue, and it forced it to sleep.
Yeah, so like, okay, we're gonna go return it. So they climb on top. They're there. While they're there, though, he wakes up. So he starts going on a rampage again. Earth Garon doesn't really have any fighting chance, and he gets hit with like a laser beam, kind of. And you see this like Aurora Borealis thing around him. That's gonna play into the next episode, but he gets shut down, and you know Gento gets knocked off. He's flying through the air, and then obviously he transforms. He henshins, and he becomes Blazar. And something happened where the railguns get activated, because it's not like Dorgo is controlling them.
No.
It's just they get activated.
Yeah, they just target, and they have no control of them.
Yeah, so like Blazar's getting like nailed with his railgun, and he's like trying to like juggle around him, and like he's like trying to just kind of wrestle Dorgo. He doesn't really want to harm him.
He's just trying to basically like restrain him so that Henri doesn't fall off and fall to her death.
So she does this cool little like go to sleep stabby thing. He goes to sleep, and then like as he's going to sleep, like Ultraman kind of like pushes him back to like where in like the mountain line he's supposed to be.
They're like, oh, that's the footprint there. That's where he should be. Like a piece of furniture that got moved. They're like, oh, we gotta try to get that foot right back into the indent there, the carpet.
Yeah, and then Ultraman flies away. Day's saved, and they're like, oh, we have to do a better job at when we do environmental impact surveys. One of the things I did, it was a pretty cool episode. One of the things I didn't like, at least to me, I was just like, if Gento got knocked off, nobody was like, Gento, where is he? We gotta find him. Make sure you don't crush him with Earth Garon.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the Ultraman trope.
I know.
I mean, the host is always falling, crashing their ship. I mean, I was like, these guys are the worst pilots. Every damn episode, they're just crashing jets and somehow surviving it. They eject at the right time, and they're like, where the hell did he land? I don't know. Ultraman disappeared. Let's ignore that.
They're like, dude, Gento's never around. We always have to finish this without him. Ultraman just comes in and fixes everything.
There's only been, I mean, like I said, I've been going from Showa. This is the first like modern one. I think there was a Return of Ultraman episode where the captain kind of implies that he knows the host is Ultraman, but like he doesn't outright say it.
Yeah. But
yeah,
yeah.
it's like you guys are scientists. You're supposed to be the smartest, and you haven't figured this out yet. Like, you guys never around when Ultraman's around. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna go into episode 6 because this episode, like, really, like, it does call back to episode 5. One weird thing at the end of the episode 5 English dub is, like, they had a recap episode that I guess we didn't get over here. That's just, like, I guess, like, that DC show that was awful, like, what was that one? It's called, like, Normals or something. Where it's like office workers just having to live in a world. It was like Batman and everything. Yeah. They did like that, but like for Ultraman, like the first 5 episodes, they specifically call it a clip show. Yeah. So it was probably just like, oh, remember that time when Ultraman came and there was Bazanga? And then they showed a clip of Bazanga. So probably we didn't play too much plot into it, but we didn't get it here in the US. So episode 6 is the invasion one. And this one directly follows up with episode 5. So it's not like we even missed anything. There's this couple that's driving. There's an Aurora Borealis. They come out, they take a picture, and then their car just starts up and it just starts driving away.
And then we see a plane flying over, kind of losing control as well.
Yeah.
And so last episode focused on Henri, which was pretty cool about this series too, that I noticed, is that they're giving kind of each member of the crew their own like little episode. So last episode was Henri. This episode follows Yoshinobu, and basically he's just getting burnt out because everybody's asking him for favors around the base, and they're like, "Oh, you asked him to do that? I asked him to do this. Oh, well, I asked him to do that." And then everyone's like, "Man, this guy's got a lot on his plate," and he's just like screwing things up now because he's just like overworked and he doesn't want to let anyone down. So Gento just orders him to be like, "Yo, take a day off." He's like, "It's my responsibility. I shouldn't let you get burnt out like this." He's like, "Take a day off, get some rest." And he goes home, does some wash, and he hangs out at a laundromat and talks to you.
So before we get up to this, one of the team members, I forget his name, is like, "I brought tomatoes in for everybody today. But Yoshinobu had to go home early, so I couldn't give him his tomatoes.
Yeah.
You have to bring these tomatoes to him." So he gives Gento like a bag of tomatoes, and it's like a bushel. I thought it was apples because I'm like, it looked like for us here in the U.S.
Like
what a bushel of apples would come in. But he gives him like tomatoes, and he's like, "You have to go give these to him," like in that tone. So Gento,
it's your job.
So
this is your fault.
Yes, basically. So Gento goes and he walks in on Yoshinobu talking to Kururu, which is his friend Dryer. Friend of the dryer.
With a dryer. Is it a dryer? Washing machine?
It is a dryer.
It's a dryer. Kururu.
So Gento like walks in on this and he's like,
And he's like, "What did you see?" And he's like, "Nothing."
So then he leaves without giving him the tomatoes. And then this alien, like as he leaves, like an alien walks into the laundromat, and they kind of reveal this. Well, they start with like, first off, they shoot Yoshinobu with like this gun, and my lord, this man takes off his shirt. And he's like the most jacked man like ever. I was watching with my wife, and she was like, "What?" She's like, "I thought this was a kid's show." But like, yeah, this guy's just ripped, and like he's talking to like this alien without his shirt on for like 5 minutes, and basically they have a gun that lets them take the negative thoughts that's stored in technology and control it. So they go through this whole plan. Yoshinobu's like, "Nah, I'm not gonna follow you. I'm gonna try to shoot you with my gun, even though I just got shot with a technology disabling device." Yeah. Gun doesn't work. Alien gets away.
And the alien basically wants him to turn over Earth Garon.
Yeah, which they've already shot. That was why there was that weird blast for Earth Garon in the previous episode. So they already have hit it. It's up to them. They can activate it whenever they want. but they just wanted Yoshinobu on their side so that he can maintain it and fix it and all that.
Yeah.
Because they think that Earth Garon's the key to taking over Earth.
Yes.
So they explain the whole plot. He disappears. Kuru is now a portal machine. So it makes Kuru make a portal to their lair. And
Yoshinobu quickly follows.
The funny thing though is like he goes to like put his shirt back on and he's just like standing in front of the laundromat with no shirt on, and like some random guy goes to walk in and he sees him and he just like backs out. So we go back to Gento and he's just like, so he was kind of busy, so I'm just coming back now. And then he's like, what do you mean he was busy? I sent you there with the tomatoes so that you could have a long conversation with him about burnout. What did he say about the tomatoes? And then he looks down at the bag of tomatoes and he's like, crap, I didn't give him the tomatoes. And he's like, I can't go back to HQ with the bag of tomatoes. And he's gonna, no, I didn't give it to him. So Gento turns around and goes back. But he walks in and like Yoshinobu's like, there's an alien invasion, you have to stop it, watch out for Earth Garon. He jumps in this portal because he pleads to the dryer, I was just venting to you, dryer, and I manifested my negative thoughts to you. That wasn't right. If you could, just help me out and open up a portal to the to their lair. So the washing machine, the dryer obliges and opens up the portal. So Gento sees this again. So he's like, what the hell? What's going on here? So he calls up HQ again, and HQ's like, Earth Garon's been activated. He goes, is he heading to like this like beach place? And the reason he knows,
because Gento could see through the portal where he was going.
But like Gento doesn't know how to talk to Kurakuru, so he's like, great Lord Kurakuru, can you please show me where my friend is? And it like shows him like inside of like the glass, like on a screen, like where they are located. So obviously Earth Garon's out of commission. Well, not out of commission, he's rampaging right now. So I was just like, they gotta get the van back. So do you want to continue this? Alright, so they all get in the van and they're driving, and then Earth Garon's like, they're like, oh, that's Scarred, you have to stop Scarred. So Earth Garon picks up like a toy van and he's like shaking it all over the place, and I guess Gento didn't have time to do anything with the tomatoes. So they're in the van and they're just like flying all over the place, and the guy's like, oh god, these tomatoes. And so Gento gets out of the van, he's like, oh, follow me. He runs away, drives Earth Garon away from the rest of the team. He gets knocked into the air, henshins into Blazar, and now they're wrestling. He's not trying to destroy Earth Garon. He's just trying to wrestle with it. Yoshinobu's in the alien lair.
He takes out one of them, the alien Kanan.
Yes. And then there's still one more left.
Yeah, they kind of have him like at gunpoint now, and I don't know. He kind of like does the
just
same.
Like escapes.
Yeah, he escapes, but then like the tower gets knocked over and he falls from this like lighthouse. No, it's actually the windmill. He's in one of those turbine things.
And he's like pleading with Garon the whole time he's fighting with Ultraman. Like, oh, you gotta stop this. This isn't you. Like, you're meant to protect the Earth, not destroy it.
Yeah.
And as he's falling, Earth Garon knocks into the windmill. He falls off the balcony that he's on, and Ultraman
make it look like Gento's gonna be Ultraman's gonna dive to save him, but then it ends up being Earth Garon that saves him. So Garon has snapped out of it, and now the alien Kanan are like, oh crap, there goes our plan. And their base, like I said, was inside this giant turbine. So the turbine points up and begins spinning and to take off almost like, I don't know what those things were. Remember back in the day they had those dragon flyer toys where you'd pull them?
Very
Or
similar
those
to that.
fairies where you'd pull them and they spin around. The turbine begins to take off like that into the sky. And Earth Garon attacks it. Blazar finishes off the turbine. And
Blazar like does this weird. He summons the Blazar, spins around like Elastaman, and then like unspins himself and like launches the lightning bolt.
yeah.
It was like crazy. And then aliens destroyed, or
Yeah.
Borealis.
Yeah. What I really like about this series so far is like the episodes are just like so simple and like straightforward. Like it's just like boom, boom, boom. Like they go so quick.
Yes, they really do. There, it's like beat after beat, and like I gotta say, like the comedy in this is just so
Yeah.
good. Like theoretically, there's no jokes in this episode. There's just a
No.
gag with tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like that's the joke,
Just
is that there's
awkward
tomatoes.
situations.
But like everyone plays it straight. Like it's not meant to be goofy. It's not meant to be a joke or anything like that. And I think it just adds so much to the series.
Yeah. No.
One thing I gotta say I really like about Earth Garon though, and I noticed this in the last episode as well because he was like stunned for a little bit. The eyes, like they're not like dead eyes. They kind of like emote what it's feeling.
Yeah.
So
No, it's really cool.
you know, I noticed that over like the last 2 episodes because they're using that a little bit more, and a really cool feature for them to have.
Yeah, and I mean the monster designs have been awesome for this. I mean, Alien Kanan was a callback. They've appeared before in Ultra 7,
Yeah,
and I'm sure they've appeared in other series since. But so far all the kaiju designs have been great.
yeah. This is the first. At least I think this is the first reused enemy,
Yeah.
and we do know that there's another one coming up. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
for the most part, it's
wait
almost
for that
all original designs so far.
Yeah, I can't wait. Definitely, I need to catch up on some episodes. I'm behind. I believe they're up to 10 or 11 now, so
Yeah.
we're not too far behind here with our reviews.
Yeah.
But I'm home tomorrow, so I might binge
Oh, nice.
watch some of those.
Yeah.
But overall, Blazar has been a great series. I'm glad I kind of finally took the jump into watching a modern Ultraman series
Yeah.
while trying to continue my Showa era to modern times.
Watch. Yeah, it's such a good series, and I think this was a good series for them to start trying to bring into America.
Yeah,
I think this is the
definitely.
time to do it. And we just have to see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, we have, they gave us the anime series on Netflix, and I actually believe they finally, I think they finished or are almost done with production on the movie that's supposed to be coming out next year on Netflix, the Ultraman movie. I saw a brief post yesterday from one of the people working on the project, is almost being like, "Oh, I had a great time working with this team on this," almost sounding like they've kind of finished with the production and work on it.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking we might be hearing something about that soon.
probably, I would imagine.
Yeah. So that's more American Ultraman for us.
Yeah, I would say probably early October we'll start hearing some stuff about that.
Yeah.
I think probably around New York Comic Con time.
Oh, maybe. They are doing, which is pretty cool. They're doing the Blazar stage show there on Thursday and Friday at New York Comic Con. It's the first time they have ever done a stage show here in the States. They've done Comic Con appearances this year, but this is the first time they're doing the stage show.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to go, but I would like to.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah.
It's crazy to go there. I mean, we used to go all the time, but
Yeah.
it got way too hectic at that con.
Yeah.
It's very flooded.
Yeah, it's tight.
Yeah.
But I think that about wraps it up for the show. Thank you guys for listening for as long as you guys have, or watching. If you could give us a like, subscribe, comment, all those good things. Let us know what you think about all this stuff, because There's so much stuff coming up, and it's gonna be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right.
Have a good night.
See ya.